going to be working on cursive this year because it's something when he was in public school that he missed out on. Caden didn't miss out on that in public school, but Gage did. Caden did come to me and tell me that he would like to practice his cursive writing some more, just perfecting it, if you will. Like I said, fix-it grammar, I'm still waiting. I have it written in here, but I need to be able to write the page numbers. So, I have a Charlotte Mason series. The boys are doing 2 math studies this year. Okay? One of them is all year long, and that's Life of Fred. So for Gage, Life of Fred is going to be decimals and percentages and fractions. Okay, that's all year. For Caden, pre-algebra with physics, this is all year. Okay, but I also bought Charlotte Mason, simply, where did I put it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's the teacher's guide. It is simplycharlottemason.com. It is Own Your Own Pet Store. They also have a bookstore and a sports store. Okay? Both the boys wanted to do the pet store, which made my life really easy. I ordered the PDF, printed it, and I got it binded myself at the FedEx store. What I like about this is she has it laid out. You can do a fast-paced version, and you can get this curriculum done in 14 weeks. We have chosen to do the more relaxed, and it will be done in 26 weeks. The next one you can do throughout the entire year at 36 weeks, okay? So, that the teacher's guide is just kind of helps you guide them through. I got a little off track. I'll get back. So with the Charlotte Mason, they're going to start up by creating their own logo. They're going to order inventory. There's an inventory page. They're going to record their inventory. They're going to make prices and learn about markups and making profit. They're going to do ledger entries. They're going to have a grand opening. They're going to fill orders. For example, Mr. Baker wants 2 guinea pigs for a classroom. 1 cage, 2 bags of litter, and 1 box of food. And they're going to use this order form to take his order and have to reorder inventory. They're going to have to do additional in-store sales. There's chance cards that come with the kit. They have to pay bills. They have to do advertising and pay for sales tax and so on. I really, really like this. It's for ages 8 to 12. So I wanted to squeeze this in because Keaton is 12. And I thought this was something the boys would have fun working on together as a team. They each have their own book and they'll each have their own store name and store logo, but they can also work with each other if needed. Okay, so back to this because that got me onto something. They have art journals, and now what's going to happen is the first part of the year, for the first 26 weeks, their art journals are going to be freestyle while we're working on Charlotte Mason. Okay, they also have nature journals, and that will be more guided for the first 26 weeks. When Charlotte Mason is over, we will add in an art curriculum where their art journal will now be more guided and their nature journal will be more freestyle for them. So that's why I got on that tangent. Okay. So, for example, we have a mini U.S. unit study that will be going on all year. I got this packet from lifeofahomeschoolmom.com. So the first 2 days we'll work on Connecticut and filling out this book. I also have other worksheets, fun worksheets to go with this, and I have books on hold at the library for this particular state. And those books range from Ella's grade level to Keaton's grade level. And what's great is I have Keaton and Gage start off by reading her grade level books to her as read-alouds. So they're starting to absorb that simple information and get an idea of what's going to happen for when we start that same day, just later in the day, their version of Connecticut in the books that we have for that. That's another great thing is there's a lot of projects for Ella and Gage where I can use Caden as my teacher assistant even the evening before, helping me make the sample projects. And so he's kind of reabsorbing some of the more simple things he learned, like in composting or anatomy, by helping me teach Ella. And then the same goes for Gage. There's things that Gage can do to help me teach Ella, where he's kind of reabsorbing the simple stuff before we move on into his while Ella's working on her project. So it'll be a little refresher for him before we start his, which is really nice. Okay, anyway, so after I have each of their weeks, I have my unit study at a glance, okay? And these are both my mini studies. So for the whole year, we'll be doing a U.S. unit study, but this first week we'll be doing a compost unit study, and the second week we'll be doing a moon phase unit study, and then we get into 12 weeks of anatomy, and each week is a different part of the anatomy. But for example, this first week, we're going to start an earthwormery. So with that brings me to my next page, is my book list. Okay, so I have a list of books here. If I need to get it from the library like this, I need it from the library, but now I have it. My librarian gave it to me today, and I told her, well, I don't need it till August 7th because that's when that unit study is. So what she does is she checks it out to me, and she extends the date of that particular book for me to August 16th. I love our little library. It's amazing. And then I have a lot of other books on hold that are coming from Prescott Library, Yarnell Library, and Camp Verde, and I've placed those on hold for my first 2 weeks of school so they get here in time, and then I already saw that there's no other holds on those books, so they can give me extended time for that as well. So then we have our material list. Okay, so this is where the earthwormery comes into play. So I need a large jar, and I have it. Soil, I need it. Dry food, grass, dead leaves, I'll have it. Earthworms, need it. So this is just some materials I need for the projects or assignments that we have coming up. And then it starts my new week again. So some other things that we are doing for the whole year, we're doing weather graphing. So every day, and once again, Ella has ones, it's just cutouts. It'll have rain or sunshine or wind, and she does it that way. The boys is set up a little differently for their grade level, and along with that, we have some books where we'll discuss different weather patterns. And let's see, like, let me find one. I don't have my weather books over here, but that's another thing we're doing. We're also working on sign language, which I think I've mentioned. Story of the world. So we'll be working on ancient times this year. Everybody will be working on this. So I'll read the first chapter aloud, okay? But everybody has different assignments or projects within that chapter for their grade level. So we're all learning the same thing, but we're still learning on different levels for Story of the World. And this is something I thought was fun that I guess I just want to show you real quick. My sister laminated for me for the moon phases. I thought this would be a fun project we can all do. It's very juvenile for my older kids. Hi, hon. Hi. But it's still fun. So you take the Oreo cookies and you scrape off just enough to make each moon phase. And then once it's looked at and everybody did the correct moon phase, we get to eat them. Fun stuff. So that's just a little blip of what we have going on for the first part of this year and what went on at the Homeschool convention. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to our page. We are homesteaders and homeschoolers. If you are a homeschool parent and you're watching this, or even a homeschool student, and you have suggestions for me that you might want me to try out throughout the homeschool year, please leave them in the comments because I would love to read them and I'd love to try them. And if you have any questions for me, please ask and I would love to respond. Bye!